I did a video about the Hiwassee scenic train ride. Pics, vids, maps, expectations, and more. A fun way to see the Smokies and just chill. I also made the video on the Tail of the Dragon, a very fun drive, also in the Smokies. Now I give you a portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway Drive, along with two other very interesting roads in the area. Welcome to Road Odyssey. In this video, I will be showing you 3 mountain drives along with their locations. Please like and subscribe. And view. I have my Facebook page where you can see my current activities and future plans. When my wife and I go east, we always go to one of our favorite pit stops. I took the 2022 Toyota GR86 for this multi-thousand-mile trip over 7 days. We went into the heart of the Smokies only to drive mountain roads, namely the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then to North Carolina and Tennessee Highway 28 and to Tennessee Highway 441, all noteworthy roads to explore. I would advise you to look at the Blue Ridge Parkway website. Very good information there, along with an interactive map for further aid. And yes, the parkway is 469 miles through the Appalachian Mountains. We only drove a little over 100 of it. We saw plenty of nice flora and fauna, lovely living spaces, cool pit stops with historic significance. We also saw some fun cars, including, Mustangs and Corvettes, of course. Time to hop onto the road and see where we are going. We begin the Blue Ridge Parkway Drive in Virginia, Roanoke to be precise. Here's the Google map of the route we drove. We followed the Blue Ridge Parkway from Roanoke, Virginia, to the border, just over the border, of North Carolina at Cumberland Knob, Highway 18. As for that portion of the drive, we went about 108 miles, and we began just north of Roanoke, where we gassed up, got a drink, and got started. It was simple enough to find the entrance just north of Roanoke, in Webster, off Highway 460. We went south. Now remember, speed limits are almost always 35 to 45 on all these roads. We are on the Blue Ridge Parkway, but still near the big city area. Soon, it's possible to see wildlife and nice vegetation, as well as some interesting family places. Now we arrive at Mabry Mill. As I roll on through, you will see the park and museum area, restaurant, and visitor store. I think that was a great combo for a good place for a pit stop, don't you? Just a hop further south is the Mayberry Trading Post. Built in 1892, Still family run. Amazing. Such a cool little place. I encourage you to stop in and see all the memorabilia and just neat things. Well, at least review the Parkway map for many places to stop at along the way. This is just one of several. There is so much to see. Saying that, with yet another hop just down the road, we stopped at the Puckett Cabin. An awesome bit of history there. My wife and I like the historic places. Didn't stop at all of them, but this one seemed like it possibly had a different story. Well, it did. I don't want to tell you too much so you can discover its greatness. I will tell you that the lady that lived there was a saint. About 50 years of helping others. She lived to be well over 100 years old as well. So please relax as you look around her humble abode. Once back on the road, it wasn't long before the rain came. We had been dodging it the whole time. Crossed into North Carolina, where this part of the drive is done. We got off the Blue Ridge Parkway, meandered a very long time. We drove south 18, 16, back on 18, all the way to South Carolina. Went along the top border of South Carolina to Seneca, South Carolina. So that's where we pick up next. Although we really enjoyed South Carolina, we had to keep buzzing along the border with Georgia and Tennessee to stay up into the mountain area. As I bounce you over to Seneca, North Carolina, we are going up north on Highway 28. There are sightseeing stops all along the way. It is very nice. You will be traveling through the Sumter National Forest and probably Lord knows how many other national forests. For just a brief while, we went through Georgia. That's coming up in just a second here. And from Georgia, we're going straight up into the city of Highlands, North Carolina. Got to the Georgia state line. Road work, which was fine. Still on 28 going north. From the state border up to Highlands, North Carolina. It was really nice. Busy with outdoor activities, plenty of tourists, but easy enough to drive through. Really a very cool driver's road. Oh, I'm sorry, but annoying bicyclists were on the road. I hate being around them, especially on these narrow roads. Got close to hitting some people. So this is just dangerous. Still on 28, we got to Highlands, North Carolina. Tourist town! Oh, yay! We blew through and kept going. We turned left onto 64 that goes north to Franklin and intersects with 23. I would still consider this section a part of 28. It was a beautiful drive all the way to Franklin. Waterfalls everywhere. Staying on 28 North, it rained, so those clips are gone. It got boring for a little while too, became a nice mountain-style road again eventually. So 28, really and truly though, all in all, is a good driving road. What do you think of these roads so far? Do you like them? Would you like to try them out? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. Also, remember, I've got to show these video clips as fast as I can to give you a perception of what it's like. I am absolutely murdering this video just to accomplish that. There's so much beauty. It is great and it is relaxing. We jumped from 28 North past Highway 23 through Cowee and Oak Grove. This was a very windy road indeed, all the way up to Highway 74. Seriously, I do recommend trying all of this out. Now, Highway 441, we got to Cherokee, North Carolina, a really heavily touristed trap area. You can stop and play in the river, talk to, be entertained by some Native American Indians, but we pushed through and continued north on 441. Here again, going through the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which seems like deja vu to me, but anyway, no commercial trucks allowed, and warning, steep, winding mountain road next 35 miles, and the Blue Ridge Parkway connects. Lots of good stops along the way, but you might have to have a parking pass, so be careful about that. Nothing great at the south end of the drive. I do very much like that there are plenty of shoulder turnoffs for cars to pull over for a bit. Went through a couple of tunnels. We saw a lot of traffic, so be prepared for that, especially if you have some kind of health condition. You don't want to be like totally bogged in by all this traffic. 441 is another fine road to drive. You just have to be patient. As you go north, the end of 441 is in Gatlinburg. In my opinion, based on disliking big crowds and traffic, Gatlinburg is terrible. Getting through was extremely bad. And I'm holding back on what I really think. Terrible tourist trap for sure. Fun, but kind of bad to get through. We muscled through anyway, got stuck in traffic again in Pigeon Forge. Oh my God, it was awful. Just awful, but better than Gatlinburg. Just a gigantic trap. All right, I'm worn out from all this driving. We began with the Blue Ridge Parkway, highways 28 and 441 followed. So I hope you have a good time driving these mighty fine Appalachian mountain drives. So many good roads all through the Smokey Mountains, the Blue Ridge area. It is just fantastic. Oh, well, including the Tail of the Dragon. Lots of cool train rides out there. So you just really can't go wrong. So we just hopped in the car, followed our nose, no plans, and we still had tons of fun. So with that, please relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.